shifted within the real estate market. Meaning that the commercial that used to be booming in our very face, a new order was set in. Then we now begin to have what we call work from home. And even some people, 5 years down the line, some people have not recovered from that right now. So some of us still do work from home, right? Because the new order was set. But in real estate, whether you call it the commercial or the residential, there's always something to gun out for. So we talked about the diverse segments. We talked about the luxury, ultra luxury, mid-range, and a growing but very, very insufficient, focusing on the affordable housing. You know, in recent time, I've had conversations with people talking about, do we really have affordable housing? So what's the difference between affordable housing and social housing? It's so exciting to know that Nigeria, we don't play within the affordable housing space because the law of supply and demand does not favor it. Now, you saw what I shared earlier on when we talked about sharp sand that was selling for 85,000 naira in 2023. I actually bought sharp sand for 60,000 naira in 2021. And now that same sharp sand is 170,000 naira right now. So it's a reality check, and we need to also be strategic about what we do with those informations. Then we'll talk about the infrastructure drive. That's the fourth current state of play. Infrastructure drive, significant government budget allocation to infrastructure. Who has driven on this current coastal road before? If you've driven on it, can you wave? If you've been on that road before in recent time, all right. Do you love what you see? Is that what? No, all right. You don't like it, whether you like it or not. Don't worry. You are going to like it at the end of the day because they are going to tow it. They are going to tow it. So, now, looking at Lagos, so this is uncensored, right? And we are in government right now. We are in charge of Nigeria. We are the one in the seat of power from federal government right now. And a whole lot of focus is in Lagos, whether we like it or not. Whether the current president comes in again or not. You cannot toy with Lagos. With the basic infrastructure in place, which I'm still going to be talking about, you cannot toy with Lagos. All right. So understanding the Lagos state real estate landscape. Number one, population emerging hotspots. We talk about the established prime, Ikoyi, VI, Lekki, Phase 1. Those are already in stable returns. All the places are mostly at their height. They are their top already. We talk about high growth and appreciation potentials. Lekki is fast coming up. In 2015, 2016, 2017, we keep hearing, oh, Dangote refinery is coming, right? Dangote refinery is coming. Like that. Now it has come. A new order was set. Now there's fluctuation in the petroleum prices because a new king is in town. A new sheriff is in town within that space. So, and it needs to situate it somewhere. It needs to situate it around economically viable environment. Now it's in Lekki. And in the same Lekki, you have the free trade zone. In the same Lekki, you have the deep sea port. The same Lekki, you have the film village sitting on 100 hectares. In the same Lekki, you have the international airport. Whether you like it or not, it's been approved. It's sitting on 3,000 something hectares. You can calculate that. Same Lekki, same local government. Do you understand? Same local government. So a whole lot is happening within that space. Now, and infrastructural projects also are fast coming up. Have anybody heard about the Green Line? Green Line is coming from Marina to what's the name of this army barracks? What's it called? Bonicam. It's going to span from Bonicam and it's going to go all the way to Ekpe. So what you are seeing, the disruption you're going to see on this line is going to be very massive in the next few years. So how strategically positioned are you? So they are releasing the Gazette on the pathway. Hence the reason the Lagos State Fiscal Planning released some notices a few months ago talking about if you are on that line, you must set back by 94 meters. Meaning that if you are on that line by 94 meters, everything on that line will go. They don't care who your father or your mother is. It will go. So those are the reality check we need to also look at. So the whole place is massively blooming up. In 2015, August 25, 2015, Novari Mall in Shongotedo was launched. Before that time, they used to sell land around that axis for 3 million, 4 million naira. Immediately that thing came up, bam, everything changed. They started selling land for 10 million naira. Right now, if you buy any land around that axis, less than 30, 40 million naira, that is a titled land, I can tell you, you've been duped. Because a whole lot is happening. And when infrastructure is happening around any axis, a whole lot happen at the same time. Prices go up, people flood in, infrastructure comes up, and a whole lot. So the economic state is, there are also challenges, inflationary pressures. You saw what I said, what I shared earlier on. So right now we're just what's it called? Bank CPR or CMP? What's it called? What do you call bankers? NPR. NPR as at March, as at May was I think 27 or 28. Yeah. So right now, if you want to get any fund from any bank, it's going to be within 32, 33, 34. So a whole lot is happening. So you have to look at the current currency fluctuations, high cost of construction impacting on affordability. I showed us something earlier on. Cement was going for, in 2017, 2018, we're buying cement at 1,700. Right now, cement is 10,600. Those are the realities. Oh, it shocked you? It shocked me too. So the thing is this, right? Those are the reality check. I was telling a friend of mine, I said, are we going to build a house like this? At least we're not going to live under the wood. Whether we like it or not, we still have to find a way around it. So those are the reality check. The resilience, the market shows resilience with a projected growth of 2.61 trillion by 2025. So you need to be strategic about where you play. The infographic showing return on investment potential and property appreciation graph. Can you help me with that? All right, so you can see in 2019, we're buying something at 40 million naira. And by 2025, it was going to 80 million naira. Those are you can see a 350% jump from 2019. So, and this mark, for those that had invested before now, you can imagine how they are lounging right now. So it's phenomenal. So we need to get into that headspace to make sure that I'm trying to run so that we can take questions much after. All right, so the high return on investment and capital appreciation. Two things drive real estate majorly. We talk about the capital appreciation and rental income. And looking at what has happened in those all emerging areas from Shongotedo, Ibejuleki, luxury segment in Ikoyi, Banana Island, and the rest. And Lagos has forecasted a 15% increase in property prices by 2025. And I can tell you right now, this is by Nigerian housing market prediction, but it is way higher than that right now. We are in half of the year, and I can tell you that go and ask the people you requested for price list from in January, and go and ask them what it looks like right now. In the last, I can say for free that in the last 5 years, our prices of material has not been stable for a complete 4 weeks at the same time. Something is always moving. Something is always moving. That's why you quickly hear some people, if you are building, you quickly hear, you better quickly buy the sand now. You better quickly. It's not that they are teasing you or marketing strategy. Something is going to happen. In few weeks, in the last few months, they started this coastal line. And I've had over 4 to 5 people that have called me, sorry, do you have trucks? Or do you know somebody that have trucks? I need like 100 trucks. I was like, why is everybody needing trucks? And I realized that this road, currently from here, from from VI to, I think to the end of Lagos, is a 47 kilometer. But from here to Ibejuleki, that's Eleko Junction, is around 30 kilometers thereabouts. But they've done over half of it as it is. And what they've done is that a whole lot of people within the Lagos space that they are into the construction arm, oilage, doing sand filling, everybody is on that road. So even if you call people to come help you do stuff, you are not going to see them because everybody is focusing on the federal, because they pay instantly. Everybody is focusing on that. So back to what I was saying. So two things drives it. We have the capital appreciation and we have the rental income. So for some of us that have been lucky, that our landlord has not increased the rent of our house in the last 4 years, I congratulate you. But when it's coming back to increase, it's going to increase well above. Lagos State is that you can't increase more than 10%. Lawyer, right? That's what they said. That's what they said. But the reality is that I own my house. If you want to rent it, you can rent it. If you are not ready, get out. You understand? Because it's a law of supply and demand. And have you not checked that most times, most of the houses that you call expensive, as you are taking a walk away from there, somebody else is paying immediately. Because the law of supply and demand is playing out. So for rental income, we see it play out for high demand for both long rentals. And we see the new reality thing that happened to us in December. We heard about Dirty December, right? 2 days ago, I was listening to, Mr. Steez, the Ojudioba guy, right? He was talking about what has happened within last year and this year. Ojudioba only grossed $2 billion for all the major actors for that day. And the economy of Ijebu, with CNN updates, it said it had over $10 million that played out within that few days of Ojudioba. All the hotels in Ijebu were all booked. People were staying outside the state to come into Ijebu Day. So that is what infrastructure and activities can do. And we've not seen anything yet. From November, Lagos is going to be, it's not going to be full. Lagos is going to be massively full. Because last year we had people that say, oh, Dirty December, they come in their numbers. Now, they've gone back to tell their friends that everything is happening in Lagos. So everybody around the world is going to be in Lagos. Security is going to go up. Rental is going to go up. Even some of us staying in prime places, our landlord can decide to turn our houses to rent to short let. You just say you will just increase the rent and say that you can get angry and go. Because if he uses his house rent for 2 months for short let, he has covered while you are there for a whole year. So those are the reality check that is coming to us right now. It's massively growing in tourism, business travel, and the Dirty December is going to cause another thing. So, and I pray we are ready for what is coming. So that's on that side. So diverse investment avenues. We have the residential. I need to run now. We have the residential. We have the commercial space. We have the buy to live, buy to rent, affordable housing. For those that work in structured organizations, we have what we call the NHF. So there's a government renewed hope cities and estate programs. You can jump on that. Currently, the Ministry of Finance just launched a program called the MEFI, where you can access mortgages at, I think, less than 12%. Right? So we can also look at that. The commercial, you know what that is going on and is fast becoming. For those that don't have, for land acquisition, I'll just quickly talk about land banking. You don't have to have all the money to get involved in real estate, but you need to get involved in real estate the right way. Land banking, you can buy in undeveloped corridors. And looking at this coastal line, do you know that this coastal line goes all the way from here to Ogun State, from Ogun State to Ondo, from Ondo to Delta, Delta to, I think, Onitsha, all the way to Uyo to Calabar, right? If you are from those areas, go back to the village and buy your property around that line. It's going to be massive. Yeah, but we were told that there's going to be a setback, I think 100 to 500 meters from that coastline, from the base of the express. So, but if you are still within that coastline, please buy as much as possible you can. Infrastructure So the third opportunity is infrastructure-driven growth. We see what the key mega projects that are currently happening in Lagos. We have the Lekki Free Trade Zone. We have the Deep Sea Port. We have the Lekki-Ekpe expansion. I've been using this road since 2002, all the way from Bonny Camp all the way to Ekpe. I've been using that road since 2002 to 2003. That's how many years ago? That's 23, 24 years ago, right? Meaning that I have seen tremendous growth pattern on that stretch. It is very encouraging. Meaning that, and it's not going to stop, because that let's note that Lagos has the longest peninsula in West Africa right now. So meaning that, and a peninsula is a land that is boundary, the ocean line and the lagoon. So, and Lagos has the longest. So you need to be very strategic about Lagos. The Fourth Mainland Bridge, whether we like it or not, is coming. The same way we were anticipating the coastal line from coming a few years ago. And in our very face, if you go outside the church right now, you'll be looking at the Coastal Express just in front of you. So that is how the Fourth Mainland Bridge will happen just in front of us. And you have to be very strategic about positioning around those corridors. The proposed Lekki-Ekpe International Lekki International Airport is already there. The Lagos Rail Mass Transit from Badagry to Mile 2 is not working right now, but they are working massively in that corridor. But from Mile 2 to Marina is currently working, right? Am I speaking French? Have people used that road before? From Mile 2 to Marina. Have you used that rail system before? You've used it before. Very fantastic, right? So a whole lot is also coming in that fold. So meaning that we need to be, as Christians, we need to be strategic about our investment in those corridors. All right, so I have lawyers in the house. I have one lawyer here. If you are a lawyer, can you wave? I want to know if I have plenty of lawyers here. I have a lawyer here. Who else is a lawyer here? Lawyers now, wave. I have a few minutes out here. If you are a lawyer, can you wave? So I have only one lawyer. Okay, good. So now, the risk factor around real estate in Lagos is that there is land title complexity. And the first thing that comes to your mind is Omonile, right? And I can promise you, there is nowhere in Lagos that you will put block into the ground that they will not come and greet you. I don't care if your land has C of O or has, am I right? I don't care. They may not come to meet you to interrupt, but they will just come and greet you. And if you are sensible enough, just be their friend. You understand? They are necessary, they are necessary evil sometimes. A spectrum of choices, the challenges. Number one, the intricate of land tenure system. We currently operate on the Land Use Act of 1978. And I think that's in review right now. They are not done. That's in review right now. The fraudulent land sales and forged documents are very significant. In Lagos, if you can see one land and you might see several COOs on it. But you just need to verify. So the key title to understand is you need to understand the COO pattern. You need to understand the governor's consent pathway. You need to understand the play of deed of assignment. You need to understand the play of register survey. And you don't need to neglect consequences of neglect, loss of investment, lengthy legal battles. I have seen my fair share. Even regardless of what you have, you can still chop stone within the rice you are eating. But you need to walk through with lawyer. So the risk 2, developer and reliability, project delays, off-plan risks are there. But you need to do importance of due diligences on developers, verification from CAC, and examples of reputable developers exist, but caution is also very, very key. Risk 3, infrastructure deficiency and environmental hazards. All right. So common issues in developing areas is inadequate access roads, poor drainage systems, unreliability on power supply, impact on livelihood, can significantly reduce your lifestyle. It also leads to a whole lot of security issues, and you need to also conduct through your site inspection, especially during rainy seasons. I love buying things during rainy season. I love going for inspection on a raining day. If you tell me it is raining, that is the day I want to do site inspection. Because I want to see that place in its real state. That's why we say that if you want to rent house during raining season, so that you won't think that you are living in a one-story building. Or you don't know the reason why the person that wanted to rent that place rented up. And they now reduce the price of the house by half. You say, I got a good deal. Then the rain now fell. You now start seeing water under your bed. Like, it's look as if you are dreaming. When you just woke up, you are still trying to process. You now see water. Okay. All right, what's happening here? And you realize that it's not one of your pipe in the bathroom that got busted. It's actually your house that is flooded. So, you need to check that out. If you know, you know. All right. So, risk 4, regulatory policy and economic instability. So, the shifting sands, policy and economy, a whole lot is happening within the real estate space right now. And trust me, you cannot navigate it alone. You need a competent lawyer. You need a competent register surveyor to walk you through. The dynamics is fast changing. What we used to know as governor's consent a few years ago is no more what we used to know now. Now, governor's consent is a 3-pager. Before, it can be up to 7-pager. Now, it's just a barcode and they will explain what is there. They now call it certificate of governor's consent. Before, it's just governor's consent by stamp and by whatever. So a whole lot is fast changing, but you may not be able to navigate through that. So regulatory uncertainty, government acquisition of lands. In the whole of Ekpe right now, there's an embargo on a whole lot right now going down there. Ibejuleki, there's an embargo on a whole lot going down there. So you must understand the zoning laws affecting property use. Not all property can be used for residential, not all property can be used for commercial. You must understand building codes also. Economic volatility, I've talked about that already. Need for adaptability. Investors and buyers need to stay informed and potential factors. Need for adaptability. Investors and buyers need to stay informed and potential factors. All right. That's red flag 1. Documentation and verification issues. If it is not documented, it is a suspect. If it is not documented, it is a what? If it is not documented, it is a what? So key warning signs. Number 1, developer reluctant to show you original title document. You must see. I'm not saying you must not trust. Trust, but verify everything. Hence the reason why you need to work with a lawyer. Document appearing to be tampered with. Claims like, it's our family land. You need to verify. No register survey, you need to verify. Somebody discouraging you for independence verification in Land Bureau or Surveyor General's office. Run. If you want to buy anything, I will not take calls from anybody in this church that buys anything that did not verify. I will leave the WhatsApp group for you. You must verify first before you exchange hands with your money, before you exchange money. Red flag 2, seller and developers' behavior. Pressure tactics. Buy it now. They are not making more. Buy is sea of O land. Just buy 6. I'll give you 2 free. And the land is, but once you buy, they will now tell you, once you buy, quickly build. Because that guy is going to put off his line. Don't worry. They will just say quickly build. And when they want to take you for site inspections, they are always doing it in a hurry. Excessive pressure, doing it in a hurry. Somebody else is buying. God, calm down. I'm buying, but I need to verify. Lack of verifiable physical office. Know where you can trace the person back to. Do not meet in eateries, hotels, whatever, and base it on trust. I used to know him. Trust me, they can off their line, and you'll be left stranded. Discouraging involvement of lawyers. If you don't need a lawyer, if you think that paying a lawyer is too expensive, losing your money too should not be expensive. Right? If you buy a property of 200 million And the lawyer say, oh, I'll charge you 5%. Say, 5% or 200 million? Is that not much? Can't you just take 1%? And they say, no, it's 5% or nothing. They're like, don't worry. I'll find somebody that can do it cheaper. And you go somewhere, you typed it, and you look for a seal, you put on it. When it happens, you'll be left in the rain. And trust me, I have seen good deals go bad. Good title deals go bad. So you don't want to work some part alone. You need to work it with competent lawyers beside you, competent surveyors beside you, so that they can work it. And the thing is this, right? When anything go wrong, they are liable. And that's the thing you don't know. If anything goes wrong, you can hold them. I've had several cases that I have deals go wrong. I hold the lawyer. Okay, you verified it, you confirmed it. But I think I've now left that group. I've now gone to verification myself. If I'm not satisfied, sorry. And reluctant also, they are also reluctant to sign detailed contracts providing. Red flag 3, side transactional ambiguity. Inability or willingness to allow you physical inspection before you buy. Showing you pictures instead of land, physical land. Discrepancies between what was advertised and what is actual. Evidences of existing dispute on site. One of the things when you are buying is that you should go on site when they are not there, so that you can see what they are saying around them. Some of us, and I say this, when transaction is too good to be true, I can tell you it is not true. So don't buy. Because, and for some of us that are very used to buying very cheap, fast land, well, it's good. You just buy with small family problem, small legal battles, small troubles, small headache, small police station cases, small people that will lose your money and you will not find them. So we need to be wise, because we struggle a whole lot to have this money, and we cannot afford this money to get missing in our hands. But we also need to be cautious by engaging competent people to do those work for us. Omonile problem might not be able to finish suddenly, but we are the one that will not hand over our control to them. So, all right, so strategies for success, mitigating risk, maximizing returns. Number 1, uncompromising due diligence. I cannot but keep saying that. Legal due diligence. Do legal due diligence. This will shield you from trouble. Investigate rigorously. It is your money. They didn't borrow you, they didn't give you. It is my money. Take your time. If they say that, oh, the transaction is going to go, okay. If it's still available after I'm done with my legal verification, I'm fine. But I need to do my verification. And not all lawyers can do real estate transaction. Am I right? Not all lawyers. There are litigation lawyers, there are corporate lawyers, there are banking lawyers, there are risk lawyers, there are marine lawyers, there are different kind of lawyers. So when you want to engage a lawyer, ask, are you a real estate lawyer? Because even with real estate lawyers, they can still eat good rice with stone inside. So talk less of if you are not even a real estate lawyer at all. So you must understand the intricacies of real estate transactions in a complex city like Lagos. It is fast changing. It is what you see today is not what you see tomorrow. And you just so there's a transaction in Ekpe we did. So when you want to do C of O, they'll tell you, oh, you do deed of dim grant. And you know that's C of O. But something, no, that's not the C of O that I know. It's yellow paper. When was the last time you saw yellow paper? It's been a long time. They've changed it to another one. So now, do you know that you can even have your C of O, they can even send it to you by mail. And that's it. So nobody is printing anything again. So there is new order. So you must shield yourself. You must verify physical due diligence. Go to the land, see. And I also advise people, go and see during rainy season, so that you know that you are not buying. So I had a friend that did a transaction a few years ago in Awayaya. He was so happy that he got a good deal. He started building. not knowing that there's a canal behind his house. So a day came, the canal was filled, and you know the end of the story. The house became a rubble, so you need to bring it down and turn it to a rubble. So there are also social due diligence. Investigate property history within the community. Engage local leaders if necessary. But you'll be so shocked to you that everybody know about that land within that vicinity. Go in the evening, go in the morning, go in the afternoon. Do not go with the person that is selling it for you, to you. Go and verify. And you know that, when we talk about state police, we know ourselves within that community. So it's easy to know if anything goes wrong, you know who to hold. It's as simple as that. So in that same community, they know who owns the land. They know who sold the land to the last person that owns it. They can tell you a history line that you don't live in that vicinity, so it's easy for you to know. Strategy 2, engage competent professionals. You don't have to go all the way all by yourself. Build a team. Know people that, essential professionals, qualify real estate lawyer. Please, qualify real estate lawyer. Not just a lawyer, a real estate lawyer that understands the intricacies and the complexities of Lagos State real estate transactions. Number 2, you must engage a registered surveyor. 3, reputable and registered real estate agent consultant. Please, do not because you want to pay commission, you want to pay fee. You now say, don't worry, I know how to do it myself. That is how somebody will buy good land with small problem. And you'll be there all by yourself. And trust me, by the time you go to police station has seen that case before. So you are likely number 4 coming on that particular land. So they are used to it. It's like that line is too hard for you to understand. They have been used to that land. When you mention, I bought the land is in Orelope, they will not say, that gated with black gates, with opposite a 2-story building. Oh, wow, you are the number 6. Wow. All right. So that we don't lose our handed money. Strategy 3, conceptual clarity and financial prudence. Getting it into writing. Manage. Please do not give money by cash. Everything, if it's not written down, you can't defend it. Insist on detailed and legally sound contract and deed of assignment once you are done paying. Understand all clauses before signing. There are some legal jargon that you may not be able to understand, but with a lawyer behind you, you'll be able to navigate through. Be wary of demand of upfront payment for some transactions. So, lastly, conclusion. Navigating Lagos State real estate successfully. Your path to success in the Lagos State real estate market. And I'll say that Lagos offers immeasurate real estate opportunities driven by strong demand and growth. However, the market is so fraught with unique risk and potential red flags. Key takeaways. Empowerment comes from knowledge and diligence. Please, research, verify, use a professional guidance to walk you through. The future outlook. You can see that Lagos is massively blowing out, and a whole lot. We cannot take our eyes off what Lagos State have to offer within the real estate market. We know what it was 10 years ago, and we know what it is right now. And I can bet you, most of us sitting down here, we are not ready for what is coming in the next 10 years. And if you check our finances 10 years ago and finances now, a whole lot has jumped into it with family, economic, whatever. Now, even if you are earning 1 million naira then, and you are earning 2 million naira right now, the demand of your 2 million naira is fast rising. I'll leave this with this. Please, show my that video again so that people can see. Now, if you think that buying real estate now is unnecessarily too expensive for you to do, I can bet with you, you may not understand what is coming in 10 years. 10 years when by 2050, we are over 50 million people living in Lagos. Meaning that everybody will be scouting for somewhere to stay. 1, the people that will be earning more are the people that own the places they are staying. And all the places you call far is no more far any longer. I will advocate that go and buy in a very far distance. buy, do land banking. And if you need to think that, okay, you can see the new reality in front of us. We can see what cement is saying, what bond is saying, what sharp sand is saying, what marine board is saying. So these are our new reality check. And I'm open, so you can come to my contact now. All right, so I'm open to help people walk through. Please, I'll just be open for the next, all through July. I'll be open. My number is this. So they will drop my number on the screen. If you need assistance, please. But help me when you chat me up. Just say Cedars and tell me your name and tell me what questions you want to have. I have a lot of WhatsApp messages coming up per day, so that I can help navigate through successfully. On this note, I may not be able to take questions, but we can see much later, and I'm in church, so we can walk through. So please, all right, so that's my number. Please do me a favor. When you want to chat, please just tell me your name. Just add Cedars, Orelope, just so that it's easier, because I don't respond to all chats. So that I don't, so I may leave it angry for a very long time. Thank you very much for this opportunity to be a blessing to the house of God, and it's always a pleasure. Thank you.